Hey guys, I thought I'd make a tag video today, and this tag is going to be, I believe, the book burger tag, and it is, well, originated from Ryan Reed's books. And so I have my stack of books to make a burger out of, and I hope I said everything correctly. I'm Blair for everyone who is new to my channel, and for those who are already with my channel. Okay. So, I'm just going to read from the screen, and we'll just go with that. Okay, so it says, we're building a burger made of books. First we need the bottom bap. First, choose the first book in a series that you love. So I'm taking it from the videos that I have watched that the bap is the bun. So, I chose for that book, oops, sorry guys, Supernaturally by Kirsten White. I really loved Supernaturally. No, wrong book guys. Paranormalcy. Shit, son. Okay, we'll just go with this. Paranormalcy. I don't know why that was on the top of the pile, but I just picked it up anyway. I loved Paranormalcy so much. It was a fantastic book. I just really connected with the characters. I loved Evie. I loved the whole concept of it. I also liked the romance, and it's kind of like, I guess it is kind of like a triangle in some senses, but not one that really irritated me at all, and I just love that series, so I cannot wait to finish or continue with the series. And obviously the next book would be Supernaturally, so maybe that's a message or a sign. Okay, so the second part is now we need the burger meat. Choose a meaty, thick book that you've read and enjoyed that's 400 plus pages. Okay, so for this one I decided to go with Slice of Cherry by Dia Reid, and oh my god, it feels like so long since I've read this book. I remember being so excited when it came out, and I loved it. It was just the right kind of darkness that I needed. I can't remember what I rated it. I think I rated it at least 4.5 or 5. And it is really a fantastic book. If you haven't read it already, it's pretty disturbing considering that these are the children of a serial killer, but I love that. And I have Dia Reid's Bleeding Violet as well, and I really want to read that at some point. And I don't really mind that they're really thick, because I got through this in like a couple of days. It was just pretty good. Okay, so the next one is, next we add a thin slice of cheese and lettuce. Choose 2 thin books, one that you've read and enjoyed, and one that you want to read but haven't yet. 200 pages or less. This one was really hard because I don't generally have too many books that are below 200 pages, which I guess is kind of a good thing for me because I love to read bigger books. But I did pick out 2. The first one that I have read, and this I knew straight off this was going to be the book that I would pick up to talk about, is Living Dead Girl by Elizabeth Scott. Now this book is it is amazing, and it took me a day to read. And I was sick at the time, but oh my god, so worth the read. Chilling and just disturbingly and disgusting, but impact, oh my god guys, just fantastic. And this book is about a girl who is kidnapped by a man, and she tells you her story, and the ending is just so sad. So I love that book. And then I thought to pick up Love is the Higher Law by David Leviathan, or Leviathan, I say Leviathan. And this book is very short. It's 167 pages. So, I don't know why I haven't read it yet, but I think it's going to be definitely in my July pile because it's fairly short. It could probably take me a day to read, a day or two, a day probably, because it's fairly short, depending on how the book is. And yeah, so I've heard a lot of things about this book, and I do want to read it, and what's that on it? But yeah, so it's short book. Fantastic. Okay, so the next question is, Time for a nicely sliced tomato. Choose an average sized book that you loved or one that you hated between 200 and 400 pages. Okay, so for this one, I'm going to choose one book that I have loved since I was a teenager, and this is a copy that I have from being a teenager rather, and I actually bought another copy too because I'm scared that this one's going to be like totally fucked up by the time I'm 30. And that is Frankie Says Relapse by Siobhan Coonham. And as you can see, it's pretty pissed off right now. Yeah, it's drunk, guys, it's drunk. And it's like totally just, no. And I love this book so much. I try to do a reread of it every year. And, I mean, my sister and my mum have read this book so many times as well. And, I don't know, there's just something about it. And I know, like, I forgot about the ending, but now I know what the ending is. I still want to read it anyway. Because it's written in diary form, and I just really love the writing style. And I mean, I haven't really seen anyone else read this book, so if you are like a fan of, I would say it's contemporary. It is chick lit, but it's not, I don't know, it flashbacks between her adult life and her teenage life through her diary, and it's fantastic, guys. And in its, you know, its feature, it talks about the 80s. It's set in 1984, and it's just funny. Her family are just hilarious, and her friend is hilarious and angsty, and it's just fantastic. So I can't wait to read it again. I'm probably going to have to read it sometime soon this year because the year's almost over, and I really, whenever I'm feeling down, I guess, I like to read this book. So enough said about that book. Now you add a sauce that you've never tried before and don't know if you'll love or hate it. Choose a book that you thought you'd love but hated, or a book that thought you'd hate but loved. I'm going to choose a book that I thought I'd love but I hated. And hate is a very strong word, so I'm going to say dislike because I can't entirely say in its full entirety that I dislike it, but I just could not get into it. Could not. And I have a couple of those, but this is the one that I picked up. Betwixt by Tara Bray Smith. Now I heard a lot of shit about this, and I heard a lot of like really fantastic things about it. When I sat down to read it, didn't click at all. It was just one of those horrible situations where I wanted to love this book so much because it sounds so fantastic, but it was just, I just couldn't do it. I don't know, the characters, the writing style wasn't clicking with me. I've tried to read it again, it wasn't working for me. I have it now because my partner wants to read it at some point. And if he doesn't like it, then I'm probably going to just donate it, because there's no point in having books on your shelf that you don't really like. So, and I love the cover, but it's not worth keeping because someone else might like it. And finally, we need that bap on top to complete our burger. Choose the last book in the series you are dreading the release of, we're dreading the release of, or we're dreading the release of because you don't want the series to end. To be honest with you guys, I'm not really up to date with books at the moment. I used to be, like, you guys know I used to haul a ton of shit. But lately, I don't generally tend to know what's coming out. I mean, I watch shitloads of videos, but I don't retain it because I don't think I'm going to buy anything lately. So for this question, I chose a book that I had been waiting for, but also dreading. And I have it in my hands, but I haven't read it yet because I'm scared about ending it. I don't want to end it because it's one of my favourite series, and I'm like, no. I mean, I can always go back and read it, but once I've read it, and it's been like a year since I read the last one, or a year and a half, or whatever it was, so. And I also have to go and read a book before that, and that book is Gates of Paradise by Melissa de la Cruz. Oh my god, I love Blue Bloods so much. I feel like majority of my booktubing years and high reading years have been devouring these books, and I love these books so much. And it deals with like sort of angels, I guess, and demons and all this other stuff. Well, yeah, vampires, and I just love the world it's set in. I love her writing style. I have every book, like I have all these books here, and I also have Wolfpack, which I need to read, so I don't know why I'm waiting. I mean, I know guys, I know why. I'm dreading it. I'm dreading finishing this series. But this year, I really want to finish this series, wrap it up, because there's so many other series that I want to read, and I want to be able to say, yep, I've actually completed a series, because that's really funny, because I just have so many open series, and a lot of the books that I do have are very, like, a series that go on for like 20-30 books, so, yeah. Unless it's like YA, like most of my adult books go on for like ever. Okay, so probably not in the right order because I don't stack things well, but here is my book burger. Yeah, so there's only 2 books in this part, 3 now. 3 books in the pile that I haven't read. Yes, I just said my name. I said my real name. I'm sorry, guys. For all those people who are new to my channel, I end up always either calling myself Blair or my real name, which is Snail. So my nickname's Blair, so you can choose whatever you want to call me, but it always slips out in the end. I don't know why I don't know why. Yeah. I talk to myself a lot. Ew, what is that? Oh, pen. Okay, so that was a very long video, and I'm sorry, but my next video is going to be a haul video, and I hope you enjoy that. And if you've read any of these books, let me know, because I'd love to hear your thoughts. And please go and check out Frankie Says Relapse. I'm pretty sure you can find it for really cheap, and it's fantastic. So I pick this book at least once a year. Okay guys, thank you for watching, and I shall talk to you all later.